Syria finally snapped. Russia have returned, and the UN, well, they've objected, but hand-wringing is all they ever do. And the West went silent because it didn't want to undermine its own rehabilitation of Syria, which, of course, has been very, very recent in and of itself. And if you pull back even further, you can see how absurd the underlying logic has been. Israel assumed it could manage Syria the way it did in the 2010s, when the state was collapsing and Russia was the only actor keeping it afloat. Syria assumed it could manage Israel through quiet diplomacy, even as Israel was expanding inside its land. Russia assumed it could negotiate a calm re-entry on its own terms, and the West assumed its sanction relief would gently move Syria westward. All four assumptions are incompatible, and it only took one physical action, a visit, to actually collapse the entire diplomatic scaffolding holding this entire frontier together now. The truth is really quite simple. Syria didn't snap because of politics, it snapped because of land grabs. Because Israel crossed a line that wasn't supposed to be crossed, and because the only actor capable of physically reinforcing that line wasn't anyone in the West, no desire to from any of them, it ended up being Russia. Syria didn't want to rely on Russia again. Russia didn't want to pay the price of enforcing this frontier either, I dare say. The West didn't want to admit that its own moves had consequences, and these are what they've led to. And Israel certainly didn't want to believe that Syria still had the ability to say no to them, but here we are. The line had been crossed, the deal has been struck, and the frontier is about to be populated by people who haven't shared it in years. So the real question isn't, has Syria snapped? It has. The real question is why anyone thought it wouldn't. It tolerated more in 12 months than most states tolerate in a decade. It accepted diplomatic humiliations. It accepted military incursions, all from a state it really wanted to be allies with and repeatedly had said so. It accepted endless condition setting from states that weren't standing on its border.